welcome to our second series of the evening. We are looking at an NGS Division B Northeast game between Smoke and Bad by Design. I am your caster, O-Line Bus, and that intro is still too loud. I am sorry. Anyway, Volsky Industries, first map of the day. I actually am a fan of this map. I don't really have much more to add to that. I just like it. I played Overwatch a lot before I played Heroes of the Storm. So, yeah. Anyway, just to have a quick verbal rundown for anyone who prefers listening over watching. Smoke decided to ban Battlefield of Eternity and Volsky... That's not Volsky Industries. And Sky Temple, while Bad by Design banned out Towers of Doom and Cursed Hollow. Right, I shall queue up the right scene and let's get into the game. On the left-hand side of Smoke, we see Psycho on Gazo. Oh gosh, names. Bishopnator? Bishopnator? I don't know. On... Now I've been thrown off my name, just looking at him like, yes, the large lad himself. Stitches. MJH on the Junkrat. Dingleprof on Vala, and Xeno on the... I'm just looking at it and I can't remember. What is your name, little thing? Little Panda? What is Little Panda? Little Panda is now called. Slice, unfortunately, gets hooked very early on, able to actually walk out. Gets 6 bit damage, but doesn't get much. Elfine is on the Decade, popping fresh on Sonya's. Slice on the May. Lefendra on the Raynor, and Captain Crowley on the Mephisto. I do like Mephisto pick, actually. A lot of damage from this mage, actually, especially on these smaller zones. I hope I have the team's right way around. I've just realized. I'm going to briefly check that. Sorry? I do have the right way around, as we do see just the general waves being cleared for this first level. Right. Poppin' Fresh is decided to double soak during this. I do like that call. Because Junkrat is a rather hard one, actually, for a few offlaners to go into. However, being playing safe. Let's have a just look at some talents real quick. We do see Stitches goes the Globe quests at level 1, so we'll be very hungry for those. Vala went auto attack. Bold. I like it. Bold. Elfine dodges the hook. Very nice. And that's about it for stacking talents. Everything else is relatively standard. Interesting to see Exterminator. I wonder if it works. Doesn't work on I'm just squinting, squinting my eyes, trying to remember. Doesn't work on vehicles. I believe that is what the Protector is for all intents and purposes. However, it should. We should see how this pays off, as we do see these camps will be taken a bit easier by the side of Bad by Design, and we do actually see this fortification camp has already been taken, and actually a level 4 lead. Ruby, a very standard pick for Decade currently. We're seeing that Spite coming out from Mephisto, so both teams hunting for globes a little bit between the Stitches and the Mephisto. Icing, so we have what looks to be a slide build and the standard W build from Sonya. Vala's just going further into that Vault build. Okay, Junkrat, show me. What are you? Show me, Junkrat. What do you be? What is your 4 going to be, sir? I'll update you on that when I find out more as well. We do see this siege camp push. I believe it's called siege, that siege camp being pushed, and actually that will be the control point being called. And it is trap build from Junkrat. Pretty standard if we see that level 1. I was just being a bit cautious because recently I said trap build, and then it turned out they're a mine build, and just sitting here for like, man, why are the traps chasing anyone, like, already at level 10 going, very slow traps. I see it's mine build, that's why. But no, we do see trap build this time. We do see it standard Stitches and Lily, the old Lily build coming out. As I will close this to give more screen space for everyone, sorry about that. Lefendra getting hit a little bit, being a bit tossed around. There's Slice hooked under tower range. Slice taking a lot of damage. Vacuums up most potions. Actually, Junkrat moves him further out. Elfine barely gets a potion onto Slice to keep him alive. However, that is Vala going down first. And that is one of the stacks of their Gambit talent being lost. Jimmy will be soon to follow as Raynor is taken down by these Stitches. 2 turrets doing a lot of extra damage as the Stitches is taking quite a bit from them. There's still 1 turret up, just pew 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 pew. Earlier level 7s for the side of Bad by Design. Captain Crowley getting the extra damage, and I've just realised actually there may be a reason that Bishop Nader went this Stitches, as Stitches Gorge is actually considered one of the few things to counter Mephisto, as if Mephisto is gorged while they are doing their spooky ghost shenanigans, actually that is May going down, then Mephisto will not be able to transfer back. Pop and Fresh just spinning in the middle of the team. That is the Vala going down, quickly followed by Stitches. Actually, this is an excellent turnaround considering May was picked off first. There's just a bit too much damage, and Psycho will soonly follow? Quickly follow? Shortly follow. Yes. Decade is in the driver's seat as we actually see this Protector going bottom. Interesting play. We usually see it going top of that tower. That top well, but no, actually here we're seeing, well, a gate play first of all, but we may be seeing well soon to follow. We're getting actually a decent amount of value out of this Protector. However, all 5 members, actually only 4 of the members have come to defend. Get a little bit of siege onto this, however, the Protector will shortly back out. I keep saying soonly back out, or soonly do something. Not very good English, but at least it's some words and not just awkward silence, I suppose. But no, we do see this Protector slowly running up, as it only has about 15 seconds left on the timer, as I said that sentence. Slice going down, getting a little bit poked by Dingle Prof, however, will be backing out. No, that's not the action, just Slice is being told to not mount, as the Protector is parked behind the gate, and soonly again. Why am I saying soonly so much today? I do not know, in all honesty, but it's definitely a word I have chosen to latch onto. There will be a lockdown onto the Panda. I still have Lily. I finally remember the name, but Lily, as Lily will be taking a lot of damage. Fastfeet actually doing a lot to get them out of danger, and that will be Lefendra hooked and killed. We did see Endurance come out there. Unfortunately, it did not connect onto anyone. Captain Crowley forced back out, essentially back to their ghost, which they're going to anyway. But that was a very good pick for the side of Smoke, as 10s did come through for the first. For the side of Bad by Design. To quickly run through the Bad by Design's 10s, and then shortly followed by, well, Smokes, we did see Stay a While and Listen picked up. Pretty standard. Raynor's Radar. Yes. Avalanche by May. We've seen Icefall actually be very popular compared to the others of late. Pop and Fresh was hooked. No Gorge coming out actually, so they are able to back out. Leap from Sonya and Durance from Mephisto. So a decent actually amount of setup combo potential on the right hand side. On the left hand side of Smoke, we do see Graver Bomb. Okay, pretty standard. Gorge, which will not be used immediately. We do see Endurance coming out, will be this. And there is the Gorge onto Bishop Nader. Ah, I remember why. I know why Avalanche was used now. I will explain it very shortly after the fight. There's a lot of rubies going out, however, that will not be anyone to follow up. As that was an excellent pick again from the side of Smoke. That Gorge just doing wonders. Speaking about Gorge, Stitch has picked up Gorge. What a surprise. Jugs from Lily, Riptire from Junkrat, and Rain of Vengeance again from Vala. Vala already being 2 of their steps through their quest. Anyway, I believe May have actually picked up Avalanche, as if Stitches goes inside of something such as the Protector or another Stitches gorging them for a weird one, or Avalanche for this instance, that gorged target will pop right out. So that may have been Slice's thinking there when they threw the Avalanche immediately, however it did not connect onto the Stitches, so that is quite unfortunate. Leap did come out, and that will be Dingle Prof on very low health and does not quite go down. The poison damage of what I can only assume to be Poison Spear by Sonya takes him down. Renner's Raider is back, and we do actually have a number advantage over for the side of Bad by Design. I need to remember how names work. Apparently I'm not good at that. Right, sorry about that brief silence. I was a bit distracted. I should really focus on the cast a bit more and going, oh, what's this over here? We do see Slicer starting the objective first, as 13s are very close for at least the side of Bad by Design, and will actually trickle through thanks to Sonya clearing of the middle, and would have possibly come through from passive. However, we do see that the side of Smoke playing a bit more patient with this. Red did step off objective, Psycho taking a fair amount of damage. There is Gravo. Avalanche gets away both of the healer and the tank, however Reyna will be short to follow, followed by Vivala, as that is currently a 2-for-1 over to the side of Bad by Design. Bishop Nader pushing in, looks like they're looking for a hook, maybe Gorge, and that will barely miss both Poppin' Fresh and Althine. Hope I'm saying their name right. Really, it's turned into casting as just me saying over and over again, I hope I'm saying said name right, or their name right, or X name right, and just going, yeah, that's good enough. No one's corrected me yet, which is excellent for me. Or terrifying, depending which way you look at it. Bishop Nader does have that move speed, it's important to note, so they may actually get behind the gate. They don't quite get there. Drunkate uses Tire, that will be Root coming out, and the stun follow-up Slice, taking about half of their health and damage, but goes out. Root comes out from Captain Crowley, that Durant's doing actually a decent amount of CC there. Excellent sleep from Althine. Althine taking a lot of damage from it. Poppin' Fresh actually goes under and will go down to the Vala. Slice is able to get Dingleprof back, and that will be 3 people down on the side of Bad by Design, and no one taken out on Smoke. Unfortunately, no, there is a little bit of time before the objective will flip. It's not quite how Overwatch works with its 1% to 1 second ratio. However, we should see respawns come in, and the team of Bad by Design able to regroup actually before this objective comes fully up. MJH in an interesting position. Scouting the siege camp. That will be Althine slowly traced by a trap. I just stopped and thought about my sentence. It says traced by a trap. And then I nearly said chased by a chap. Neither of which are correct. We do actually see Althine was gorgeous. That's an excellent combo out. That is a lot of CC on the side. That will be Lily going down first. Psycho very low, maybe soon to follow. That's Gravo hitting Poppin' Fresh. Does not have much to follow up, however, as they did go down before they can get off their full combo. That Gorge may have actually baited the side of Smoke. Very good fight so far, as we do see this continuing. MJH has joined their team. Slowly going over to the side of Bad by Design. Defender is getting on the safe side finally, and that will be the Punisher going down. Dingleprof actually making a very good play of just hitting that. I say very good play of hitting that vehicle, that protector. That is because it, for all intents and purposes, for stacking at least, counts as a hero. As we see this Creed of a Hunter slowly going up. And that means their damage will be scaling more and more as time is going along. Excellent roll to dodge that, and that will be her getting her 3rd segment of the Gambit quest done. However, I should mention, as I have to mouse over it. Nope, I can't mouse over it because it doesn't like showing me that. I have to go over to this screen. We see that Vala has lost 4 out of the 5 stacks for excellent Q. That's an excellent avalanche by Slice, actually saving their life and possibly the lives of both Poppin' Fresh and Lefendra. We do see during this actually that this protector is taking top down. That hook didn't quite catch any fish, however that was very close. We do see a lot of siege fish coming out from this Junkrat and this Vala. Lily is actually solo dealing with top. Don't know why Mephisto got out of it. Not both people decide to get out of the vehicle, get out of the car. And go an excellent leap, stun, follow up by the... Oh, Slice gets taken out by the Rogue Mine bouncing back, and that is actually also the Sonya soon to follow. Lily has come down to finally heal their team, decided that maybe Protector wasn't best use of their time, and the Durance barely misses the Stitches. Very unfortunate. Sorry, we're just taking a brief sip of water.
Blue team has destroyed the fort. Blue team has destroyed the fort.
Sorry about that. Wait, we did see 2 forts going down there. That is actually huge for the side of the momentum for the side of Smoke. However, we do see that their counterpart forts in both those lanes, being both top and bottom, are both actually relatively low. And actually, we will see this middle area being pushed in, as I'm going to quickly show this just for anyone in the background who wants to see it. We do see a reasonable defense still coming out of this. This raid is just kind of vibing up here, taking its time. I've gone and clicked on the wrong place. There we go. Sorry, bring the action back to this mid fort. We do see only 4 of the team for Bad by Design protecting this, as Sonya is getting that split. So, but now Gazlo has had to leave to defend this top siege camp. This building is slowly going down, but the inevitable is the inevitable, and that will be mid fort falling. Hook gets the gate, but does not find anyone. Very close, however. Slices just tossed all the way over, aren't they? Yep. A lot of pings coming out. Don't know who from. Probably warning MJH. They're a bit alone. We do see the support camp being taken by the side of Smoke. I keep looking over to my right going, what are the teams again? Just entirely unsure about what everything is, as apparently remembering team names as well as player names as well as character names are also hard to me, and that will be an excellent scouting by MJH, finding Slice. Stitches did go about 80% slow on his slam, which is basically a route depending on who you ask. However, Hook does not find any targets apart from one melee minion, and we do see heroics coming in from the side of Smoke. We just see this bomb upgrade. It was, which has become very popular in the last maybe 3-4 months. I don't recall exactly. It used to be Big Grabber. Big Grabber was amazing and still is in my opinion. However, there is so much zoning from this triple bomb talent. As you can see, it just drops into the what I like to call Mickey Mouse formation as it goes 1, 1, 1, or if you're looking upwards, it'll be like here, 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 as we do actually see this siege of the mid keep coming in. Did see bot fort falling, thank you to the passive minions. Not passive, they're quite active minions, and I've accidentally clicked on Vala. There you go, that's a Vala. Vala will actually take down the Sonya during that. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Deckard does get hit by the trap, and they're able to take the Deckard into the stun from Psycho, and that will be them going down. This looks to be a free building now for the side of Smoke. It'll be very interesting to see what they do after this. Will they play it safe and go back for the Protector, or will they continue to push on in? And actually that looks like to be the latter. Durance hits for Vala. Vala taking a decent amount of damage. We did see the cleanse coming out from Xeno, so it was a bit nullified in its effectiveness, some would like to say. And yep, we do see this building called Core Call being called. Not a good sentence structure, but hey, that's what we're all about here. As this building is slowly being falling. Not actually the most siege from the side of Smoke, however, Dingleprof is definitely getting up there, as we do see the Raynor going down first, and that will be a GG. And that is the first map going over to the side of Smoke. I'm good at names! Right, let me actually throw it over to the game summary screen, as I just click this button. I open up this. I really need to turn off chat at some point. I will do that. Let's just... My disc nearly fell apart. That was concerning. And let's just have a brief look at stats. Lily did a lot of healing that game. I always like to point out the healers first. They sometimes feel like the unsung heroes. I also may just be a bit biased because I enjoy playing healer. We're going to have that sound in the background all the time, aren't we? If I move away from the core... Yep, that's better. Just had to move away from the core. As we are looking at these stats, we do see excellent siege coming out from Gazlo, doing 100k more than the next highest from Mephisto, surprisingly. And we did see that Soak being about 5k more than Sonya. Gazlo did actually spend a lot of time pushing down buildings when they were on their own. Sonya more focused on clearing the waves. Sonya actually can push down buildings quite well, however, Pop and Fresh tried their best to keep up with the Gazlo, however couldn't quite do it. Other things to note. I just said I was going to go on about healers, and then immediately went to offlaners and Siege and Soak. Good work, me. As I was saying, healers. Deckard tried their best, however potions can be sometimes unreliable with just how things work out, just whether your team is can't quite get to them in time, or you just miss slightly, because the potions do land on the ground. And if I look at talents, oh, Ancient Blessings, okay. And since there is Ancient Blessings, there isn't as much out of fight heal, as Ancient Blessings is, in my opinion, a very good talent. It's basically a Bloodlust, if for all intents and purposes you heal on auto attacks. Your auto attacks may not be fast, but they are definitely hitting harder. Right, I'm going to briefly throw over to this talent screen, just for anyone who would like to have a look at any of the builds that were used here. And I'll actually go to a quick break as I set up for the next map. As I click this button, and now to mute my voice. Right, as we can see here, whoops. Whoops, sorry. Give me actually another moment. And we are back. Actually, we are going to map Tomb of the Spider Queen. I did actually have it right. And for anyone who asks, I am unsure about... Yeah, I'm unsure about who chose the map. Sorry, not that. I'm unsure whether Bad by Design chose the map or first pick, but here we are. And let's get straight into it. As I make sure to push the right buttons. There we go. There we go. On the right hand side we have Psycho on the... Oh, it disappeared. So, right at the beginning of the game, for whatever reason, there is just sometimes a minion that... a beetle that spawns here, and just... it disappears. No good reason. It just happens. Anyway, on the right hand side we see MJH on the... Actually, I have to pause. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry about this, everyone. I have to throw it to a break. Sorry about that brief pause. I will throw it back into the game for everyone, and we can get this going. On the left-hand side, we have Xeno on the Anduin, MJH on the Hanzo, Psycho back on the Gazlo, Dingle Prof on the Kerrigan, and Bishop Nater on the Anubarak. On the right-hand side, we see Slice on the Joanna Lefindra. I just don't know how to pronounce that name properly, but it is Lefindra on the Orpheus, Slice on... Did I just say Slice again? Joanna again. Poppin' Fresh on the Leoric, Elfine on Lucio, and Captain Crowley on the Gundog. Great name. I don't play Great Name much, so it's one of the weirder ones for me. We did see that the left-hand side of Smoke was able to clear that way fast, and man, I got thrown off really a lot there. So sorry, guys. I did see you get quite a bit of aggression actually here from Elfine and Slice. Actually, Lefindra. My words, my brain is just turned to mush apparently in the 2 minutes that I was not here. So, okay, we do actually see wave priority now being turned over to the side of Bad by Design, as they are getting a lot of momentum in their favor. They're able to do the 4-man rotate while we are seeing a 1-3-1 split from the side of Smoke. It'd be very interesting to see how this game plays out, as more or less we see both teams really come online at 10, as that is when we see Blessed Shield usually, or Falling Sword from Joe, and we usually see Entomb from the Auric. And on the right hand side we will see things such as Hanzo's ult, Gazlo's usually Gravo, as well as Anduin's usually Light Bomb, all very powerful and potent level 10s that have been mentioned. Yes, those are the words that I've used. Defender just playing this safely. Actually may get caught out a bit as Joanna wasn't right there to help from that as a pull stun combo, and that will be the Orthea going down first. Excellent combo, excellent CC and follow-up CC from Bishop Nader, Dingle Prof, and Xeno. Very good early kill, and we do see this camp taken by the side of Bad by Design. However, this camp will be killed relatively quickly by... Man, his names are now just not working in my head. Smoke. Sorry about my silence. Just a few things I have to check on. I will pull up actually this screen so you can see, and I can say what they are. Actually, the only questing talent we can see 2 questing talents at the moment. The first one being Hanzo's Target Practice. The second one being Joanna's Subdue. Target Practice will eventually come off. Just Hanzo is a very good poke hero. This is a small map. Will happen, etc. The only time it doesn't really happen is when there is a slug, Abathur. And Subdue is also Subdue actually is a very hard quest to get off. Save that immediately, and she does it. Slice, what a champion. As I was saying, it needs to hit 4 heroes to get that quest off. And it was done pretty much immediately. Most people usually pick up only the passive of if it hits 2 heroes, it's at least 2 heroes is an 80% slow onto both heroes. Now it will always be an 80% slow even if it hits just 1. And as you can see, that 80% slow is almost look like a root. Lefindra barely gets out of there alive. That was a lot CC. My words, oh no, was going out onto them. We do see that the side of Smoke does have turn in, while the side of Bad by Design doesn't quite have it. Bishop Nader getting very low. Captain Crowley really much wanted him. Xeno did use the pull there. Wasn't quite necessary in the end, but better be safe than sorry, as a lot of people say. Is that what was the difference between an early 7 and, well, 7 is only being roughly equal? Right, we do see the wave being hit here. And we do see the first Web Weaver phase going over to the side of Smoke. A very nice, short, simple name. You don't get many of those in NGS currently. You have all your Phoenix Risings, you have all your CCSs, your Ice Crowns, just to name like the general big orgs. Or if you even have things like Bad by Design, and sorry, I'm just going to come up here while I'm ranting, Bad by Design, and even my team, 36 Demosh. Like, you don't get any of those short one-word names. Slice taking a decent amount of damage here. Bishop Nader does actually miss a stun, meaning actually no one will... There will not be the follow-up. There will not be the CC for the damage to follow up on. Orphea backing out the correct way, as I'm just going to keep doing this. And then this. And then this is just too fast for this. As we do see these Web Weavers being defended particularly well. Actually, we are seeing this gate going down. The only thing notice, we do see that bottom gate has gone down, seeing where Gazlo is positioned. Dingleprof goes in very deep. Elfine actually will be soon to follow. Bishop Nader taking a lot of shots. Very short pull, does not go down. However, red team should not be too aggressive on their chase, as they are missing their healer. As I said, this gate went down. Poppin' Fresh and Psycho both taking a lot of damage. However, there will not be much more taken of this. It's going to have a quick click around everywhere. We just see that both mid and bot gate went down, as well as the mid and bottom wells. Like this call for this camp coming out. Gazlo did set up early, so those turrets are at least taking some of the aggro, meaning they can live a bit longer. However, we do see that the red hand side, the right hand side, the red team, whatever you want to call it, Bad by Design is getting their hand in now, but it's not quite close enough. Oh, look, there it is. Leoric turning in bottom. And that will be the second Web Weaver phase. Well, at least the first Web Weaver phase for the red team going over to the side of Bad by Design. Interesting split here. Psycho actually getting very low bottom, does not quite have the... There isn't quite the damage to take them down. Xeno was there in time to actually help heal them up. However, I do see 10s coming in, and that will actually have to be the red team backing out of this. We do see Dragon Arrow coming and hitting a reasonably big stun. That was shield used immediately. Vera's in tomb. That's actually a lot of damage coming out on both sides. Anduin uses his Holy Word Salvation, getting a lot of healing out onto just a few members. Lefendra relatively low. Bishop Nader using that spell armor very effectively to help nullify them. Elfine using speed to get out, and that is a lot of buttons pushed, and both teams surviving very well. The only thing not used there was the kitchen sink and Orphea's ult of Crushing Jaws. My word, that was a close one, as we see defense coming out very well on all lanes now, as we will not see even a gate taken in bot. Mid is still going, and top at least got it. But yeah, very good defense by the blue team here, as Bad by Design was not really able to push with their objective, as there was the team fight happening around where Poppin' Fresh is now. Slice is in a very precarious position. Poppin' Fresh has to back out. Thank you to that Wraith Walk. I'm going to zoom out a bit, as it is very split in this mid area. I find it much easier, as I can see, if Xeno backing may not have been the pick, considering that looks like there's about to be a fight breaking out. When we do see those retreat pings, I'm very likely going to assume actually that's from Anduin. Psycho stepping back up. Leoric does have Entomb up, chooses not to use it, backs out. Blessed Shield was used during that, as well as Curse of Bullets, so a few short ults used, really. As well as actually Beat Drop was used by the look of it. Beat Drop, I said before in an earlier match that Beat Drop we don't see as much often, but both matches Lucio has been in today, I've seen Beat Drop, so what do I know, in all honesty? Slice gets burrowed in on by Bishop Nader. Actually doesn't get hit by the second stun, however will be losing a lot of their health, and that is them going down. Dragon Arrow goes out, gets a large stun. That will be Crushing Jaws, getting actually a 4-man stun. Bishop Nader getting relatively low. However, Lefendra will be next to go down. Thank you to the Kerrigan. Bishop Nader very much in the back line, and that is not quite enough health to live those two. Elfine barely gets through the bush, however that's slightly too much damage as the Hanzo hits that, what I should mention is fully stacked Q quest. Haven't even seen 13s come through. We're already at a relatively high kill game on both sides, as we see 6 kills over the side of... I say relatively high kill, it's a moderate kill game, as we see 6 kills over the side of Smoke and 2 on the side of Bad by Design. We see Anduin has leaned into this full W build, as we see it now come and use that Speed of a Pious? Yes, Speed of a Pious, very much accentuating that level 1 and 4. Kerrigan went her Chrysalis. Nice safe bet, saves you from combos, which we do see a little bit of on the side of Bad by Design. Guzzo went his spell power turrets. Yep, so pretty standard stuff across the right side. And Burning Beetle's actually from a new brand. Oh, we just noticed it's Beetle build fully, so okay. And now we can see Hollywood Salvation is ready in 17 seconds. Anduin, good to know. Bishop Nader goes deep past Bob and Fresh. That will be the Dragon Arrow going out. Bishop Nader actually taking a lot of damage first. That was Gravo, followed up by actually a whole lot of stuff. And Web Whap did go out, getting off Captain Crowley. Crowley, however, did not able to kill much. Anduin does use that Salvation, does save a lot of health. However, Psycho's got an excellent W onto the team as that's Lucio and Orphea. And now the Auric going down. Slice on 7 has to pop out. Captain Crowley is just following them down as that again was a costly fight for the side of Bad by Design. That was a weird inflection of that sentence, but we shall ignore it for now. I'm doing it again, don't know where I'm going with this, but hey, we're going with this. Just gonna take a quick sip of water. Pop and Fresh gets stunned here. Tingle Prof going back in. We're seeing a little bit more fighting than I would have expected under the skip, but that's alright. Excellent wave and still a little bit of health on this Web Weaver up here. Gonna get this well. Yep, at least got well. Web Weaver didn't quite get its spell off, and I'm just gonna slowly just point out what's happening over here with Joanna, and that is Joanna going down as their rotation was slightly too aggressive, I believe. As not even a pull would have been able to get them that far. And we do see now that with this Joanna kill that the blue team of Smoke is getting very aggressive. They know that, hey, you don't have your tank. You can't step up. This building, it's ours now. And we do see that top keep going down, and we're likely... I'm not going to say that, because whenever I say things like that, it doesn't happen, and I look like a fool. But, in fact, what I was going to say is happening, and now I even feel like more like a fool as we see a boss play coming out as Joanna may not get up here in time, and we do see this boss being torn to pieces, essentially. And we do have still that level 16 advantage over the side of Smoke, as I'm just going to close that, just briefly show some numbers. Comfortable healing from both healers. Yeah. APM. I'm just remembering there's other buttons on this keyboard. There's other hotkeys. We see that. We see this, but I'm going to close that. As that is the Web Weavers turning in, as I got too distracted by pushing buttons. Wraith Walk! Extended Wraith Walk! He just keeps Wraith Walking, and that will be popping Fresh out. And that is Web Weavers coming down for the side of the red team. I feel like Kronk saying just Cusco's poison. I'm basically trying to find like every single way to say a certain team's name without saying the team's name. The red team, the team of a red hand side, the right hand side team, yes, that team. Excellent. And that boss will actually be torn apart. Greymane, excellent siege type of damage. Able to take that boss. MJH is quite far from their team. Actually, no, I see Dingo Prof running up. Never mind. As we do see that blue team of Smoke rejoining each other and making sure to play safe. That Sonar Arrow keeping Slice out for a little bit longer than Slice would have liked, but unfortunately, that Web Weaver... My camera work needs work. Let's just ignore that. Unfortunately, that was not the best Web Weaver phase, as all their waves were quite pushed out, and they at least did get it in, so they did not lose more gems, which has been a little bit of a problem for the side of Bad by Design at the current point in time. And there actually is 16s coming through now. We do see a full Wraith Walk build coming out from the Auric, so that should be interesting to see now that that is properly online. Wizard Shield goes out on Psycho. Dragon Arrow does get taken down. That is a free 4-man stun, and that's two members of the red side going down immediately. Leoric, however, will not be able to get out as well, even though that damage reduction did help a little bit, did not help for too long. Slice getting peppered down by this... Can't remember the bowman's name. Hanzo and Kerrigan will follow it up and finish the job. Now, again, Smoke does have the option to turn in, but they will not at this current point in time. They didn't even have to hit that keep. They had decided to go corner out. Anubrak, the Beetles on him help a lot with this sort of siege, as those Beetles will actually take the aggro as we see the tower shooting it slowly but surely. This is the core going down as we are hitting now 50% mark. We do actually have respawns coming through, however, the damage is just too much as there is a lot of minions on the core. That will be the game and the series going over to the side of Smoke. As I am going to quickly pull up some of the summary screen for you. There you go. I say that, but again, I need to get rid of his chat. Sorry. Should have done that in my break. Again, we're seeing a lot of siege coming up from that Gaslow. I'm wondering if letting that Gaslow go through was the best call. I don't know what was banned, unfortunately. But yeah, that Sakura got away with a lot on that Gaslow, so I have to wonder what was banned from the side of bad by design. However, again, there were still good moments despite the difference in kills by the end as well as the difference in structures taken. There were still some very good moments in both games from the side of bad by design. I would not say that it was a complete blowout in any regards. Sure, it was definitely a domination in terms of the scoreline, but I think both teams had some very good moments and some not as good moments that they could probably look at, but it was a fun series to look at still. But let's go into some stats really quick. Both healers very close. Xeno barely beating about Elfine, but however, just the kill pressure was slightly too fast from the side of Smoke to effectively for Lucio to effectively heal. Maybe if Rejuvenescer came through, we may have seen it, as it was those types of fights. It wasn't long drawn out, it was shorter burstier. However, ultimately, it wasn't too much of a difference by that point, as Vigilus was such a large lead from, at least there was a decent experienced lead from the side of Smoke. But yeah, let's just... Unfortunate sometimes the games go like that. I did like how both teams played today. I'll quickly show some talents before I throw it back to our map view and we'll make my closing statements. And I'll just put on some nice background music for everyone. That's not what I want. There we go. Became very dramatic all of a sudden. Not what I was expecting. Right, let us throw it over to the map view, as I remember where my buttons are. There we go. Right, I would like to thank everyone for watching this series, as we did see it go 2-0 in favour of Smoke. I'd like to thank both teams for playing this game and at least having the files ready for me to replay cast. Unfortunately, I can only replay cast at this point as I do not have the... I'm basically not available whenever proper games are played, as time zones are weird like that. Anyway, I have been your caster, Own Line Bus. I want to thank everyone who came out chat. Wish everyone have a lovely evening/afternoon, depending where they are.